Gratitude is far more than a polite expression or a fleeting emotion. It is a fundamental principle that shapes the way you experience life, your decisions, and ultimately your success. Most people walk through life without recognizing the profound impact of appreciation, focusing instead on what is missing, what is unfair, or what has gone wrong. Gratitude rewires your mind in a way that no other habit can. When you consciously practice saying thank you, you are literally reshaping your brain, altering your biochemistry, and transforming your emotional state. Neuroscience shows that gratitude increases levels of dopamine and serotonin, the chemicals responsible for happiness, satisfaction, and motivation. This is why, when practiced consistently, gratitude elevates your energy, sharpens your focus, and strengthens your capacity for action. Most people wait for external circumstances to trigger gratitude. They wait for good news, victories, or recognition. But real power comes when you generate gratitude intentionally, deliberately, and consistently, regardless of what is happening around you. By doing so, you take control of your internal state rather than being controlled by external events. Gratitude is a tool, a lever, a force multiplier that allows you to see opportunity, possibility, and abundance where others see scarcity, fear, or limitation. Saying thank you strengthens relationships and builds trust in ways that are subtle, yet incredibly powerful. Every interaction you have with another human being creates an emotional footprint. People remember how you make them feel long after they forget the words you said or the actions you took. When you express genuine gratitude, you acknowledge the value and effort of others. You create connection, loyalty, and trust. These are the currencies of influence, collaboration, and long-term success. Leaders, innovators, and peak performers understand this instinctively. They know that by recognizing and appreciating those around them, they unlock cooperation, engagement, and inspiration that would otherwise remain dormant. Gratitude in relationships is not merely polite, it is strategic. It enhances communication, deepens connection, and magnifies your impact. The person who consistently says thank you and demonstrates appreciation is seen as generous, authentic, and trustworthy. That trust becomes a foundation for collaboration, mentorship, partnership, and opportunity. It is through these connections built on gratitude that extraordinary success and influence are achieved. Appreciation transforms challenges into growth opportunities, and this is where gratitude becomes a profound tool for resilience. Life will inevitably present obstacles, setbacks, failures, and unexpected hardships. Most people react with frustration, blame, or resentment, which only compounds stress and diminishes performance. But gratitude shifts your perspective. When you can say thank you for the lessons embedded in adversity, you turn obstacles into teachers, failures into feedback, and struggles into stepping stones toward mastery. This is not mere positive thinking. It is a deliberate reframing of your perception that enables you to extract value from every experience. Gratitude trains your mind to focus on solutions instead of problems, on opportunity instead of scarcity, and on growth instead of limitation. The person who practices this consistently develops an internal resilience that allows them to navigate challenges with composure, creativity, and unwavering determination. Challenges cease to be threats and become catalysts for expansion, accelerating learning, and strengthening character. By seeing the hidden gifts in adversity, gratitude transforms your experience of life, turning what appears to be negative into a force for extraordinary growth. Consistent gratitude amplifies momentum and personal power. Momentum is the invisible force that drives performance, shapes identity, and compounds results. Most people lose momentum because they allow their state to fluctuate based on external circumstances, often negative ones. Gratitude stabilizes and elevates your emotional state, providing a foundation for persistent action. When you begin each day, each interaction, and each decision with gratitude, you prime yourself for high energy, focus, and execution. This is why peak performers in every field, from sports to business to the arts, start their days with rituals of appreciation. Gratitude is a force that compounds over time. Small acts of acknowledgement, repeated consistently, accumulate into a powerful mindset that sustains action, reinforces self-belief, and magnifies results. It transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary impact because the energy you bring to your actions is amplified by the emotional and psychological benefits of appreciation. Momentum generated through gratitude is self-reinforcing. The more you recognize value, the more energy, focus, and opportunity you generate, which in turn produces more reasons to be grateful. Gratitude also aligns you with purpose, fulfillment, and abundance. Most people operate as if life is a series of problems to be solved or obstacles to be overcome, missing the deeper flow of meaning that exists when they recognize the gifts already present. Saying thank you anchors you in the present moment and connects you to the greater web of life. It reminds you that you are supported, equipped, and capable. It highlights the contributions of others, the lessons of experience, and the opportunities around you that might otherwise go unnoticed. Gratitude transforms your perspective from scarcity to abundance, from fear to possibility, and from limitation to empowerment. It connects your actions to a higher purpose, creating alignment between what you do, how you feel, and why you exist. When your mindset, emotions, and actions are aligned through gratitude, your life becomes more coherent, intentional, and fulfilling. This alignment amplifies your influence, your performance, and your ability to create value, generating a cycle of positive reinforcement that continues to build over time. When clarity, strength in relationships, resilience, momentum, and alignment with purpose are all reinforced through gratitude, the impact is exponential. Gratitude becomes the lens through which you interpret every event, every interaction, and every decision. It is not a passive response, but an active strategy that shapes perception, behavior, and results. Individuals who consistently integrate gratitude into their daily practice experience accelerated growth, deeper relationships, and more meaningful accomplishments. They become magnets for opportunity because their energy, presence, and focus resonate with positivity and possibility. Gratitude is a master skill that touches every aspect of life, personal, professional, emotional, and spiritual, and compounds over time into extraordinary outcomes. Gratitude is not about waiting for perfection or external It is about generating appreciation deliberately in every circumstance for both what is immediately visible and what is hidden in lessons, effort, and opportunity. It is about saying thank you even when life is difficult, when circumstances are challenging, or when progress seems slow. The act of expressing gratitude in these moments creates a resilience and mental toughness that cannot be replicated by any other means. It strengthens character, reinforces self-belief, and generates energy for persistent action. It rewires your nervous system, establishing a habit of recognizing value, extracting lessons, and creating momentum. This habitual appreciation changes identity. You become the type of person who naturally sees opportunity, inspires others, and moves through life with focus, energy, and optimism. The profound truth is that gratitude transforms everything it touches. It changes your mindset from lack to abundance, your focus from problems to solutions, your relationships from transactional to meaningful, your actions from reactive to deliberate, and your influence from limited to expansive. Gratitude is the invisible force behind peak performance, emotional mastery, relationship building, resilience, and purposeful living. It is the habit that separates those who achieve extraordinary results from those who drift through life hoping for external validation or luck. It is the catalyst that turns ordinary effort into extraordinary impact. And it is the secret weapon of those who consistently operate at the highest levels of human potential. By integrating gratitude into every day, every interaction, and every decision, you unlock a self-reinforcing cycle of success, fulfillment, and influence. Every expression of thanks strengthens relationships, deepens perspective, and generates emotional energy. Every act of appreciation primes your mind and bow. DY for high performance builds resilience in the face of challenges and amplifies momentum. Every acknowledgement of value aligns you with purpose, clarity, and abundance. Gratitude is not a technique. It is a lifestyle, a lens, and a powerfully transformative principle. Those who master it experience accelerated growth, heightened fulfillment, and exponential influence. Habit of saying thank you consistently compounds over time, producing outcomes far beyond immediate perception. Each instance of gratitude reinforces emotional stability, strengthens connection with others, and amplifies the energy you bring to all areas of life. Gratitude teaches the mind to focus on what works, what is present, and what can be leveraged for growth, creating a mindset that thrives in any circumstance. It stabilizes your emotional state, fuels action, and multiplies the effectiveness of all your efforts. Gratitude is, in essence, a force multiplier that touches every dimension of performance, influence, and fulfillment, creating a trajectory toward extraordinary life results. Saying thank you is the secret that unlocks the compound effects of clarity, energy, relationships, resilience, momentum, and purpose. It transforms perception, guides action, and sustains progress. It is a conscious choice that generates exponential results over time, producing a life of fulfillment, influence, and unstoppable momentum. Gratitude is the lens through which ordinary experiences become extraordinary, challenges become opportunities, and life itself becomes a platform for growth, impact, and success. When you say thank you consistently, sincerely, and deliberately, you harness one of the most overlooked yet most powerful tools for achieving extraordinary results, building unshakable resilience, and creating lasting fulfillment in every area of your life.